What genre of rap is Descendants of Cain? Is it like art rap?
It kind of falls under that category of hardcore.
Hmm.
The subgenres for hip hop are so fucked up.
Let me just call it.
They literally never had a chance. They're so bad. And I feel like a fucking goofball trying to categorize the hip hop because I
Kind of
think
like
it's
dissect them. Yeah.
yeah, because I like subgenres and I like when I can identify roughly how much one thing versus another thing this kind of sounds like. For hip hop, it's
Hmm.
so convoluted, and so it just pains me to really do it because a lot of times it just comes down to the geographical region that the person comes from,
Right.
and then this sort of I don't know level of intensity when it comes to hip hop, which I suppose is true for a lot of genres, but what would you call ka? Because you know, the other thing is maybe it's not that these people can't be put into these categories or nothing, but the categories that we have are fucking stupid. Like hardcore doesn't always really tell me much, or even like some people would try to say ka is like a conscious MC,
Oh.
and that's like one of the worst, most popularly used titles that we have.
Conscious rap is like overtly pushing an agenda. Like it's not like just if you're smart that's conscious rap, you know?
And that's kind of how people
Not it's
treat
not
it.
even like if you're speaking facts, it's conscious rap. It's like you have to be like making a point for it to be conscious rap. Which I'm
Yeah,
not sure that like Ka is always doing. I think he's just like describing
yeah,
a
yeah,
life, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, depicting. So
I don't know. I think sorry if you can hear me eating, I'm almost done. But I think most of Ka's stuff I would put under like art rap because it's more avant-garde than anything. Like sonically. Like almost all of his projects are like pretty different. So
mm-hmm.
I feel like Descendants of Cain is like very like it's just very dreary, but it's also really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a lot of his other stuff is like a little bit harder or a little bit more like at like base level hip hop sound.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'm
that's
gonna
a good
put it as
point.
art rap, okay?
That's a I no, that's actually a good point because I think what he is doing is taking certain very traumatizing images and then transposing them into something like you said a little bit more avant-garde and for the use of art and for the you know delight of the ears and the eyes. So I
Hmm.
kind of see that in the same way that that's kind of what West Side Gun does, and takes the street shit and makes it into something that's fashionable and just kind of fabricates it into something different, another medium, and something that's more high class, and more akin to art, or
Hmm.
visual art or museum art or something like that. So I see that between those two artists, and I think art rap is honestly a good category for what a lot of people are doing because a lot of people are just simply taking circumstances and I
Right.
mean really that's what hip hop's always been. And again, this is why this it's kind of a hard thing to do to make subgenres that actually fit and make everything make sense. Do you think we could do that? Do you think if we really thought about it that we could make subgenres for at least the amount of music that we listen to and care about and cover on the podcast? Like enough for it to be like 6 major categories of hip hop or something like that.
Probably.
I
I think.
wonder if we could do that.
Well, I think we could because we don't listen to like we don't cover like the shitty hip hop. So
Wait,
like if
wait, what's the
we would
shitty
only
hip
need to be
hop?
covering we'd only need to like get genres for the like couple of subgenres that we really care about that much.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not worried about putting Jack Harlow into a subgenre, you know?
But honestly, like he's probably really easy, right? Pop rap.
I guess it's pop rap,
It's
yeah.
pop rap. It's pretty straight up pop rap. And
Well,
you
what about
could
like what about the Silk Money shit? That's like hardcore, right?
that would be hardcore, but you know what? I fucking hate the name hardcore.
I know. I don't like that because it makes it sound like yeah, I don't know. There's something about that like it's like a little bitter taste in my mouth.
Yeah. You know what probably would be a pretty solid umbrella for a lot of rap albums that we hear? It would be stream of conscious.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, the
that's what I
Ka
think
shit is
Silk
definitely
Money
stream of
is.
conscious.
And so is Ka. Yeah. Ka and Silk Money both. Absolutely. And a lot of rap projects are if it's more directly rap driven and just spewing ideas. And that sounds and again that's better than conscious rapper or conscious rap.
Right.
Stream of conscious sounds more like it actually makes sense what the person is doing. That's one. That's one. Yeah, we can think about that because I have been dying for there to just be better categories and subcategories for hip hop. So,
Yeah.
cause like there's like scenes like drill, and like you
Well,
could
yeah, because I was about to ask, what about like the Slim Gorilla stuff? Like that's like its own region of hip hop. Like the Memphis Houston sound is like its own sound.
it is,
Like is that
which is
southern? It's not
which is
southern really because it's not the same as Atlanta.
well,
Like
I kind of think that like with hip hop, you have to create these categories to which then you prefix them with the place that this person seems to be identifying the sound from. And sometimes you can do that on a on a coastal basis, southern, western, eastern, if it's like kind of nondescript, like say Mike, or
yeah,
if it's a little bit more true to the state or the city, like New York, someone that you could kind of directly pin to their sound, then you could
right.
do it, right? And then
Because
you
like
have
Detroit,
cuz I
like
think of
Boldy
like
James and that scene is like very similar. Well, like Boldy James to Freddie Gibbs to West Side Gun, like all those are
yeah.
different places, but you could
And
totally
especially in a place like Detroit where like there's only one really like it. You
yeah,
kind of have like people that are coming from Detroit, even though they're all kind of like doing their own different thing, like it's important to point out that this person's from Detroit because everybody that comes from there seems
right.
to have this nuclear sound, and so
Hmm.
that's important. Um, yeah, because I think of someone like Pop Smoke, and that would have to be New York pop rap, drill,
Right.
and so I feel like the way we're gonna do this, it's gonna end up being a kind of a mouthful. But I would like there. It's so intricate that you would like to be able to actually have a nomenclature for how these
Yeah.
genres work that's accurate to what is happening. Because the way we talk about it now is kind of just like stupid. That's a great question though. Whatever question you asked that started this, because I think that's how this conversation started. Very
It
nice.
was what genre is Descendants of Cain?
Oh shit, tangent boys, we out here.
Trying to just like refine my year end list because I don't really need to like say all this, but I just want it for my own.
Hmm. Well, I do wanna hit each one and give it a quick, why, and maybe
Hmm.
why it's in that spot versus not higher or lower.
Is knowledge that it's like hip hop and R&B, right?
Yeah.
I would say it is.
Especially because all the samples are like 80s
Yeah,
R&B samples.
it's like other than the Meek Mill one, it's like all R&B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, who the fuck is that? Shabazz. My
Also,
my list is weird, dude. Because we like haven't talked about like a good
a
lot of this
a
stuff.
good amount of what's on yours.